Welcome back to Outnumbered. Americans' opinion of former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is the lowest it's been since 2008. New numbers coming in as Clinton goes on a media blitz for her new memoir. A poll finding 54% of Americans view her favorably, but that's down slightly from February and a huge drop from May 2012 when her favorability was at 66%. Of course, that was before the attack in Benghazi that killed 4 Americans. So, Bernard, what do you make of this? Do you think this drop is because of Benghazi and that it's going to follow her if she runs for president?
Well, certainly the what difference does it make outburst, which is played over and over again. It should be. That definitely hurts her. And I would add this, that the more she speaks, the more sort of unlikable she becomes. Like when she was talking to Diane Sawyer the other night, she sort of snapped at Diane Sawyer over the Benghazi thing when Sawyer pressed her on what you should have done. And then she basically said to Diane Sawyer when she was asked about the age, well, you're older than I am, which was kind of like a cheap shot. Anybody notice that?
Yeah, I noticed that.
It just, so all of those things, and, you know, virtually we were on food stamps and living in a trailer when we left the White House. It goes all the way back to the cattle futures with the deception.
Oh, man.
It's kind of, I don't know. It's
you don't
her.
like Hillary, I got it.
No, I kind of respected her, but then the Benghazi thing happened.
Well, yeah, well, that's interesting. Yeah, because I think, well, so one thing that I heard somebody say that I think Doug Schoen might have said this, that she's a little bit out of practice.
Right, he did say that. He said that on Fox Report Sunday night.
Do you think that's
a nice
part of what's going on, that she's just a little rusty, not used to being out?
Rusty like a nail.
He was with the Clintons last week. That's why I asked him about it on Fox Report Sunday night. And he said, yeah, you know, she came across as somebody who needed me back working in the White House with them because she seemed rusty. Her messaging was a little rusty. And I said to Doug, well, what was the message exactly? Because it was just...
What was it?
I don't really want to be here was the message that I got. Right. And I also got that during the Diane Sawyer. And maybe that's not fair, but we all sort of nonverbal read each other. I'm watching Kimberly and Ainsley. You guys are watching me, and you'll get a cue, and that'll tip off the conversation. That's how we communicate as humans. Nonverbally, she just looks like she's not quite comfortable.
Look, she's not at her best game right now. I don't know what's going on with her team, but she didn't seem like prepared, like ready for prime time. That is the problem. Then you don't go ahead and insult someone like Diane Sawyer. Diane Sawyer's trying to do the job, and if you play it right, you can come out of it looking good. But she didn't. She didn't really ingratiate herself. She was offensive to the American people. Then she admitted another gaffe that she had the diaries. She kept copious notes during this time. Subpoena, right? So a lot of problems for her. The best thing she can do, I agree with Bernie, is like zip it.
Right.
You know, don't do so many interviews right now. Kind of recollect her.
Also, lying to the families on the tarmac of the people, the bodies, the families of the dead guys that came back from Benghazi, saying it was the video. I mean, that was the ultimate political act. And don't forget, she voted for the Iraq War for political expediency, which is worse than anything George Bush and company did. They believed in what they did, even though it was misguided. She voted for it for political expediency. That's horrible.
Okay, that's the last word on that.